Lisa and Robert spent $260,000 on an RV they can't use.
I have a lawn ornament now instead of an RV that is usable.
Hi, I'm Liz. Thank you for making this channel the force that it is for helping people stuck in an RV nightmare. With your help, I have been able to get 12 buybacks, numerous cash settlements, and factory repairs. This truly is using social media for good. In a quick update, buyback number 12 is from Nikki. She was featured on this channel 2 weeks ago. Thank you, Optimum RV and Heartland, for taking care of her. And thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing, helping me do what I do. I couldn't do this without you. Today's video is a little bit unusual in that we are talking about the most respected, highest quality fifth wheel maker in the US. I'm talking DRV. About 5.5 years ago, back in 2019, I actually did a tour of a DRV. I was very impressed, residential quality and all that. Even back then, they sold for over $200,000. Well, Lisa and Robert have so many failures that it's mind-boggling. In fact, grab a pen and paper, and I want you to just make a hash mark for every single problem they mention. Let me know how many you come up with in the comments. And I did reach out to DRV, and I'll have their response later in the video.
We purchased a 2022 DRV Full House MX450 toy hauler. We've had many RVs before, and we have just gradually worked our way up. We drove to Seguin, Texas, the end of October of 2021 to purchase the DRV for $247,000. Picked it up from the dealership, which is now part of the Blue Compass Group, and we thought we had the perfect fifth wheel. We thought we were going to be able to live in it 6 months out of the year as the website had promised, and it has just turned into one problem after another. We made it from Seguin, Texas to Phoenix, Arizona. Our water heater split in half and flooded the entire basement of the fifth wheel. We were awoke by our neighbors letting us know that we had a lake underneath of our RV.
It was 3 weeks after we bought it where the seam is at in the middle of the water heater split open. Finally found a place down there in Arizona to fix it. The seam wasn't welded together properly. The first question they asked is, was we in a cold environment? It was never in a cold environment when the water heater split. They finally warrantied it and we got a new water heater put in. That was just the beginning of the problems. The furnace quit working right. We had to have the furnace repaired. The fans burn up in it. Now it's not working right because it runs one cycle and then it shuts off. Then I got to turn the thermostat off to reset it to have it come back on.
We have changed water heaters, furnaces, air conditioners. Our lights flicker on and off as they're doing right now while we're talking to you. We've replaced the lights. We have trim that doesn't connect to anything because there's no support behind it. The Happy Jack bed system in the toy hauler portion fell on top of our side-by-side because the system stopped working. We've replaced fireplace, microwave, all 3 TVs. We have water leaks that we are continually chasing. We were told this is a never leak water connection, and we still have leaks coming out of the front of the fifth wheel that nobody can track down. The stairs are bowing. You can't shut them because of the bowing, the actual material used. We were told that we were standing and jumping on the stairs, causing them to break. There's not room for 2 people to stand on one stair rung to begin with. We don't have children who would jump on them. It's just a single person walking up and down the stairs when you enter or leave, and they're actually bowing. So for the manufacturing flaw, it was actually turned back onto us and blamed upon us for using that was supposed to be full-time livable. And we have now replaced the cabling for the bedroom slide out 3 times, and it is broke again. We've literally had snow coming inside and sitting on top of the slide out in the bedroom because something is wrong with the seals. The wall in the bedroom has separated from the cab part of the fifth wheel, and you can literally see an empty space in the floor where it's not connected. We've got portions of the floor that are separating. We can't use the water system to hook up city water. If you hook it up to city water, it overfills the freshwater tank and leaks out the side of the compartment they have on the off-door side. I mean, we've had many RVs before and never experienced anything like this. With less than 3,500 miles on it, we had to replace all 6 tires because the belts broke.
We had to spend $2,500 on 6 tires.
And we are literally afraid of driving this thing down the road to see what will happen. I don't want to hurt anybody on the road if something explodes or a tire explodes. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. It isn't safe. It's scary. And I've invested a lot of money in this, and it hurts every month making the payment because I have a lawn ornament now instead of an RV that is usable.
Less than 2 years is when I started knowing of frame issues. We got one part of the slide, the actual side of the trailer is cracked from everything flexing. There's screws on the outside of the trim that are backing out. All the tires not being right because they're wearing wrong. The same thing with the front door. There's something wrong with it when it flexes. You have a hard time shutting the front door. I have my outside basement door is now hitting the edge of the trim, so when you close the door, it doesn't close all the way. I have to push it over so it doesn't make dents or anything like that a little bit to get it to go in. It's like the frame is not built right or something, so it flexes when you go down the road. It's the structures either tweak too much, there's too much pressure on something, or they just missed a weld. Their quality is not there like they're saying it is. It's never been overloaded. The only thing that was heavy was my side-by-side in the garage, and that only weighs 1,000 pounds.
We contacted DRV about this, and they immediately pushed the blame over to Lippard and wanted me to file a claim with Lippard. We can't see anything under the underbelly because it's a fully enclosed underbelly. Somebody needs to come in and lower the underbelly and take and examine what's going on there. Lippard only wants pictures of inside of the battery box, and that is what they say will prove if the frame is flexed. I don't know how that would prove or even qualify me for it showing a frame flexing just inside the front battery box. When Lippard asked me to do this, I told him we needed to have an actual service technician do this. I'm not sending pictures of just inside the battery box to get my warranty for it to be denied. We haven't found anybody to actually look at our trailer. We've contacted different service companies around here in South Dakota, and the closest I'm finding right now is Montana or down south of Sioux Falls, so 300 miles to 800 miles away for somebody to take a look at it. I've asked DRV to bring the trailer in to them so they can take a look at it, and I was told they were busy until December. If I wanted to bring it out there, it would sit in their lot, and every time I contact them, they tell me it's the first time that they've heard about it, and I have emails going back to February 7th of 2022.
They won't help us do anything. They keep blaming everybody else. They're pointing fingers at Lippard because of the frame, and Lippard's pointing their finger at DRV.
The leveling system was showing an error. We were told at that time nobody knows how to work on the leveling system that was installed on this trailer, and it was a hit or miss of the error showing, so they couldn't fix it.
I got a plate back here in the garage that's got all the switches for the garage, the light switches, the happy jack. That's coming off the wall because there's nothing in the back holding it. Screws are just popping out of that. The floor's separating in the bedroom where they put the tile in. You can see gap. The rollers are actually making marks on the floor when you're sliding it in and out.
We went to their website. My husband did research because, we loved our Rushmore that we had. We had no problems with it, but he wanted a toy hauler. So he researched, he read everything up on DRV, how it was supposed to be livable 24/7, 365 is what they put on their website, that it's craftsmanship of what you would expect of a home, that they stand behind their products. I'm at a loss right now because we've gotten none of that. Now we aren't even able to travel. We've had to cancel plans. We've had to stay longer at RV sites to be able to get a technician to come out to repair the unit.
We used to have my sister come visit with us, and she'd sleep in the back. I can't even put the bed down.
We don't even know what's wrong electrically inside of this. Everything we've replaced continues to go out. The lights that we've just replaced 2 years ago, since we haven't been in it in a year now, are going out or flickering.
The fireplace was replaced because when you turn it on, there's a sensor in there, so if something falls against it, which is good, it's supposed to shut off. Well, you'd be sitting in this chair across it, and you'd have that little fireplace on, and it automatically shut off on itself. Or when you use the remote for the TV to go to like Disney Plus, the fireplace would turn on or turn off depending on where it was at. So the TV remote actually was interfering with the fireplace. We had the microwave replaced because the timer on the microwave wouldn't work. It would shut off on itself. So half the time it wouldn't even come on.
The generator will not run correctly. It stutters or tries to stall when you're trying to use it or shuts off completely. It will throw the GFI breaker for the kitchen. When we used to plug it into shore power, the GFI breaker behind the washer and dryer would trip. And due to the location of the GFI breaker, you would have to crawl on top of the dryer and try to reach behind the stackable washer and dryer and reach the GFI plug to reset it every time you plugged into shore power. There's something electrically wrong inside of this trailer. Either a wire has been a nail driven through the wire or something is not connected correctly inside of here. And that scares me because it could be a fire hazard. I have been in contact with DRV, letting them know that everything is literally breaking around us inside this RV if you try using it. It is now sat on our lawn for a year without us being able to use it. I was informed by DRV, well, what do you expect? It's 2 years old. I've lost so much money, and it hurts every month paying the payment on this. Because we did finance it. It's not like we're a millionaire where we can, just pay off something like this. This is hard-earned money that we spent on a product that we expected us to last us quite a few years. Unfortunately, we've been very disappointed in the treatment, the quality of the product. I don't feel confident enough to have this repaired, or I don't even know if it can be repaired. I've spent enough time asking for repairs and begging for them to stand behind their product. Truthfully, I'd really appreciate my money back. I just want to be compensated for what I put into it and just wash our hands of it.
DRV is owned by Thor and is actually under the Jayco division. I reached out to the top people at DRV, Jayco, and Thor, and I heard right back from the VP of Customer Service at Jayco. They are going to reach out to Lisa and Robert and try and help them. I will keep you updated as to what that help looks like. What do you think should happen with Lisa and Robert's DRV? Let me know in the comments, and also I want to hear your total. How many problems did they mention in their interview? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support, allowing me to do what I do. As always, please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.